Mike. This is Steve. Steve is my partner, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Steve, how's it going, brother?
Well, stressful, but we're getting there.
Man, well, hopefully we can work some things out. Derek was catching me up to speed to a point, kind of just letting me know what it is that was going on and figure that we can work on this thing together to try to help you out. Where have you guys kind of left off together?
We talked to the guy from the bank that was going to see about getting an extension. So it's a hardship. He gave me some other information to contact some people.
We spoke to, it's a state program, so like it's the office of banks. So the state essentially will reach out to Steve's lender and see if we can get it extended. But I was looking into the lender after we got off the phone, and it looks like they're still open. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's essentially where we left off.
Alrighty. Well, Steve, how can we help? What's the, in an ideal situation, how does this play out in your world?
Well, I mean, as I expressed to Derek, it's a matter of being able to sell the house and get into something else that's more adaptable for my wife and the rest of the family. That's kind of the ideal that we're looking for. Don't want to have to lose the house to foreclosure.
Yeah, I get it. So were you guys looking to buy another house or were you guys looking to rent?
Well, I mean, preferably we'd like to buy another house along with, my son, my two daughters, and my incomes would all come into play to be able to get something that we can work with. The mortgage that we had on this thing right from the start was just not really conducive to getting ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So maybe renting for like a year or so to kind of get back up to speed on things and then buying a house later on. Do you think that would be an ideal situation?
It would probably work a lot better.
Okay. What do you think you'd be comfortable with for a monthly payment?
Well, between 3-4 of us, I would see that we should be able to come up with at least, I think, around $2,000. Possibly more, but I'm not, I don't know everybody else's finances off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have an area that you want to stay in?
Well, we'd like to stay preferably on the South Shore. My wife was never really happy with Abington to begin with. I would be adverse to, Hull or in that general area. Obviously, other things are way more expensive, like Cohasset and Hingham. I don't think we'd be able to go there.
All right. So in the event you guys end up finding that place or we help you find that place to rent, how long do you think you would need in order to get into that place?
Well, I mean, technically we moved into this place with a week's notice. And that was very hectic and ended up, really becoming an issue. So I would like to give us, at least maybe 30 days.
Okay, yeah, a week sounds like
I think that would be a little bit more realistic.
Understood. Yeah, a week sounds like one of the most stressful weeks of my life, if that's what I had to do.
Yeah, it was.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Kind of like
so
rushing everything.
Yeah, but again, when it was such short notice, we didn't have a choice. We just had to.
Yeah, you just had to do what you got to do.
Get things up and move.
Wow, God bless you guys. Me and my wife have been moving for like 2 or 3 months. It's a pain in the butt, just in like a 2 or 3 month time frame. So I couldn't imagine a week. So
but as I was telling Derek, I mean, my wife at this point, she's not in a position to even help us. So it would just be the rest of the family.
Is everything okay with your wife?
Well, no, not really. She's got a lot of medical issues right now. She had hand surgery, and as a result, both of her hands are technically useless.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I can imagine even just that in itself is a stressor in the whole moving situation as well.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Dang. Well, if in the event you guys find a place here in the next 30 or 60 days, do you guys have the resources, like financially and all that stuff, to move and put first, last, and security down, or?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. All right. Well, here's.
Yeah, we'll be looking to see whatever kind of assistance we might be able to get.
Right. Well, here's my thoughts. The biggest situation obviously is the potential foreclosure that's happening on Monday. The good news is
Correct.
there's a decent amount of ways in order to extend that foreclosure to buy some time, which,
Right.
you know, kind of just kicks the can down the road. I was just talking to my underwriting team on what it is that we could do to purchase the property just as a regular cash deal like we do for the majority of our deals. And I compared that towards what Derek sent over for the total payoff, and
Right.
would at least be able to pay off the bank. So that's for sure. And then get you guys some money in your pocket at the end of the sale too, which we had an offer number of 352 is what our number ended up coming out to be, which I know it's not getting you guys a ton of money in your pocket after the total payoff is done, but that's where we could be if we purchased the property, and then we could be flexible as far as the close date goes. Here's an ideal situation in my head to deal with the bank. We do this all the time with people that are facing a foreclosure. We'll go under agreement with the seller, and then we'll contact the bank and let them know, hey, we're about to buy Steve's house. We're going to need an extra 60 days because Steve has this, that, and the other going on, and we need that time to prepare the closing and to help Steve get into his next property. And the banks are cool with that because at the end of the day, they don't want to foreclose anyway. So if they can avoid that and just be paid off, they'll do that. So in the event we can come to an agreement on price to purchase the house, we just put a close date of 60 days out. And then if they're open tonight, I can call them tonight and start working on that, or just work on that first thing in the morning. And they'll just need the executed agreements. And after we do that, they'll extend the foreclosure, and it won't happen on Monday. So that will buy some time to find the rental and stuff like that. I'll do my best. I can't make any promises on finding the rental. I will put in with one of my agents. His name is Keith. He works a lot of rentals here in the South Shore and Boston area. So I'll put in the word to him, and I'll have him start searching and pinging things for you guys to, you know, start putting first, last, and security. And then the last thing is, in the event you guys need some help financially for first, last, and security, we'll work with whoever the landlord is or the leasing agency, and we'll just get them the money up front. That will be from the close, and we'll just pretty much release some of that cash to them before we close. We can work with them in that sense if it helps out.
Sure. Okay. As I told Derek, there is a little bit of work that needs to be done in the house, but I mean, it's functional.
Yeah, we were looking at the pictures from 2017 when you guys bought it. If you were to compare that from now, what would you say?
Well, a lot more clutter. People's got a lot more junk that's just been, you know, here, there, and everywhere. But the major difference between that and this is a hole in my kitchen ceiling from when we had a pipe burst.
Yeah.
The last bit of money that I had from the insurance claim on that actually ended up going to the bankruptcy lawyers that we had to file with to put off the foreclosure from last year.
He filed, but it didn't.
Yeah, but it ended up being more money than we actually could handle, and so we basically defaulted, and they rescinded the bankruptcy. So I honestly don't even know if it's on my record or not. I don't believe it is.
Okay, not an issue. Alrighty, well, what are your thoughts on our offer?
Well, I mean, it sounds realistic. That's the biggest thing. I got two of my daughters that I just would need to go over everything with. One of them is working until probably 10 o'clock tonight. The other one just got home from work right now.
Okay.
So I can talk to her. That would be Abigail, who is she's the co-signer on the mortgage with me.
Got it.
Laura, who is my oldest daughter, she's working, and where she would also be contributing, you know, monetarily, that I would need to talk to her. I would also need to speak with my son, Ben, who is looking to join us into whatever location we're going to.
Okay, no problem. Well, let's do this. Unfortunately, time is kind of the essence with the bank here. The good news is we have a solid 24 hours tomorrow. We'll really like 10 hours of the workday tomorrow to work on it. But I know they get home at 10 o'clock. If you want to have that conversation with them tonight or very, very first thing tomorrow morning, I'll have Derek call you back first thing in the morning. If you give Derek the green light, I'll have the team send you over an email with the agreement. As soon as that's executed, we'll call the bank and we'll get them to stop the foreclosure. So the thing is, it's really important that that gets done like as soon as possible tomorrow, because once Monday comes up, it's kind of...
I'm in work at 7 a.m. and I'm there until 2 p.m. So if you have, kind of like a synopsis of what the proposal is that I can put in front of these people and say, this is the offer.
Yeah, let's do that tonight.
The likelihood is yay, but I want to make sure.
No, what I'll do is I'll send that over to you tonight. That way you can look it over with them. It's very simple. It's just a regular purchase and sale agreement that says we're going to buy your house for $352,000.
Okay.
And then we'll close in 60 days. So I'll send that over to both you and Abigail's email. Once you guys have the green light together and you guys agree, then simply you'll just click on the little boxes on the email and it'll electronically sign it. And then I'll be able to take that first thing in the morning and talk to the bank. So I'll let you guys do that. But if you could, is this your cell phone?
Yes, it is.
Could you text over Derek your email and Abigail's email, and I'll get that drafted up tonight and send it over.
Sure, absolutely.
All righty?
I can do that.
All righty, beautiful. Yeah, I'll get that sent over here in the next 30 minutes or so.
All right, absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, Stephen, any questions for me?
No, not at the moment. It's the direction that we need to go in. It's the best I get to go with.
Okay, beautiful. All right, Steve, appreciate you. We'll talk soon.
All right. Sure thing. Thank you.
All righty, bye-bye.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
Dude.
Yo.
Let me tell you something, man.
What's that?
I gotta get like Mike Gomes. I'm telling you. I have a little mantra, dude. I think I'm like, what would Mike Gomes do? That's what I'm trying to get like. So, crazy. Great call, man. Holy smokes.
Yeah, bro. I'm excited to help these people out.